City, I'm excited about this young lady right here. I have a little attitude, so I'm gonna tell you about my attitude,
Oh no.
and we could work it out. And my attitude is simply that I wish I would have found you before this year,
We
because
needed somebody for our show.
you're going to be leaving us and going to college after you graduate this year. So first of all, I just want to just call. It's funny when your parents give you a name that has
I
meaning.
was I was just finna say
You know,
that. That's
so
amazing. The name says it
yeah.
all.
So can you just say your full government name?
Full name?
Yeah.
My name is Blessyn Lavender Williams.
See, Blessyn Alea Lavender Williams. So let's just break it down. Where did Mama come up, Daddy? How they
Very
come up with
creative.
that name? Because I know that probably every part of it has a meaning.
Yes, my name is Blessyn. So my mother went through a lot of miscarriages prior to having me, and I was not supposed to be here, and she went through difficulties with her life while having me too. So just all around, it was a blessing that we both could be here and that I made it through.
Yeah, she said,
That's
"Ooh,
awesome.
look at my blessing."
Right.
So, Youth of the Year for the 79th Assembly District. Let's just talk about some of
Really?
your accolades and some of the things that you're currently doing now. What high school you go to?
I go to Lincoln High School.
Oh Lord, there are hornets up in
I,
the house.
I, I went to Lincoln Preparatory High School. Remember, we were
Yeah,
preparatory high
yes.
school the year that I went. And it's funny because we found the newspaper articles where our scores were so high that they made us take the test over again. When I went to Lincoln, we became a brand new school.
Yeah,
We had over 1,000 kids that year, and we test very high. That
Yeah.
the district didn't believe that we could turn around that quick, and I found the newspaper articles.
yes. So let's just talk about it. Have you been at Lincoln all your high school years?
Yes, all 4 years.
Okay, so tell me, why Lincoln?
Well, I believe that Lincoln High School is the start. It's culture, it's family, it's my legacy. My parents went there, grandparents, brother. But most importantly, I choose Lincoln because I feel it has a reputation that there's nothing good that comes out of Lincoln.
Ugh.
We have those stereotypes, we have the standards that you can't do it, and I want to be the proof that you can.
Okay. So we got that. So what elementary and middle school did you go to?
I actually went to Zamorano
Okay.
for elementary, and then middle school I went in Rancho Bernardo because I had moved with my mom up there
Okay.
for a little while.
All right. And then you came back and you're back in the
Well
community.
diverse.
Yes.
What are you doing on the Lincoln campus?
Well, I am class president. I'm in ASB.
Senior class?
Yes.
I
All
was
4
senior class.
years?
I was senior class.
Oh,
Class of
really?
1987. I was the class president.
Oh, you can give some pointers on playing
Oh,
prom right
I'm
now.
good
I'm
at
stressing.
proms and fundraisers. I was that was my thing.
Oh yeah, we'll talk.
Yes.
But I do. I'm class president. I'm involved in the ASB on campus. I play lacrosse, tennis, and cheer.
Okay.
Wow.
And so you are that student athlete, and your GPA is
A 4.3.
a 4.3. All right. And
Hmm.
then what do you do on the district level?
I'm the student board member of San Diego Unified Board of Education, so I represent all students within the education system.
Now, see, you're in good company because Robert Earl Dean was the senior class president at Lincoln High School. I was the sophomore, junior, and ASB president and board member and regional president for San Diego Unified for Madison High School. I'm the one that I think I was the first student that ever called for an audit of our books and found more money that the school had to give back to the ASB.
And
That's
you worked at Lincoln when I was there in soap
Yeah,
that prepared kids for college. I was a student and you worked with the soap program. I remember.
exactly. And so our legacy of growing up in the community, Robert grew up in the Lincoln community, I grew up in the Skyline community. I wanted to just celebrate you because,
Huge.
a lot of times, especially on the district level, we don't see our children.
Yes.
We see everybody else's children from La Jolla and everything else. But when it comes down to having representation, many times we don't see our young people. And, what I'm excited, are you graduating as valedictorian?
I won't find out until about May.
Okay.
They don't announce it yet.
Yeah, and I graduated as valedictorian of my high school. Actually, the first African American to actually do that. So one of the things that I want people to know is that this young lady, I think, how many volunteer hours have you clocked?
Over 500.
Over 500 volunteer hours while she's doing lacrosse, cheer, and one other
Tennis.
and tennis. So you're well rounded. So let's just go this to the chase. I know that when I was getting ready to go to college, I had all these people coming after me, all these schools that were offering scholarships. What are your top choices, and have you already made your decision?
I have not made my finalized decision, but I did hear back from my top college, which is Howard University.
Oh, good.
All right.
That's a wonderful institution.
Now, when you said you heard, that means that you accepted?
Yes, accepted.
Okay. So so you're planning to go to HBCU?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
I
let
did
me explain this to everybody as we go through the day. This is Blessing is not going to be my project. I want to say that so everybody get it off your head. But I do want us to be a blessing to Blessing as she gets ready to prepare for college. She's going to be going out of state, so there's out of state fees.
That's the
And
biggest
so the reality is, even if she gets a full scholarship, she is still going to need about $25,000 more dollars per year to be able to do what she needs to do away from home. So we're going to, she's going to be one of our children that we're going to put underneath our wings, and we're going to be doing blessing. We might just have Blessing Thursdays or something like that, where everybody just going to send her a cash app.
I think that's awesome. It's very
So-
important. I was able to go to Grambling State because of my wonderful principal, Dr. Ruby Kumashi Swimmer.
Yeah. So one of the things about it, we're going to get her information. We're going to talk to her, and we're just going from time to time. We're going to just take her on. Which she's going to be one of our children that we're going to tap in as she goes through this journey. I'm going to adopt you now. So tell your mom and all them, tell Chris and all of them, he can't have you all to himself no more. We're going to adopt you and see how we can continue to be a blessing to you. Amen.
We should connect her to Precious Jackson because Precious Jackson attended Howard, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, my
Also,
mother knows her.
also, Dr. Warren went to Howard. There's several Howard
I was just naming
alumni.
Lincoln alumni.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And Precious is the principal of Bell,
Yes.
but she was a student at Lincoln when I was track coach there. So she'll be a good resource and can probably help you navigate in getting extra money and stuff because bright as you are, Howard will give you money.
Yeah, and one of the things about it is that we want to see her move forth in her career. What is going to be your major?
OBGYN surgeon, pre-med.
Okay, so she is going to be a pre-med. So that means that not only does she has a 4-year stint, she's got pretty much a 10-year stint that she's going to have to invest in her education. And then we're going I'm telling you now, we're going to try to get you right back here in San Diego. Miss Akila Weber went to Xavier, but she came back here and she's in practice. So we're going to need you back in San
We have
Diego.
some of the best hospitals in the country.
Yeah,
San Diego,
and you
blessed.
know Dr. Afalo, right?
I do not.
Okay, Dr. Afalo, she's actually starting a new show on here called Ask Dr. Afalo. She is a phenomenal
She's the real deal.
doctor. We need to hook you up with her. We're going to surround you with everything that you need so that when you finish up, that you will have all the resources that you can. Now, let me say this to you, and I have to say this, and we're going to get to some good gospel music, but I want you, this is the advice that, and I know people are going to get a little sensitive about it, but I'm going to give you some advice. Do not go to any house parties. I'm telling you this right now. When you graduate, and I want you to be very clear on this, when you graduate, you need to be at home with your parents, or do not do the party scene. We lose more of our scholarship recipients during the graduation and the graduation parties. And I say that because Willie James Jones was one of my kids. And I told him, I said, Willie, we were at the Hall of Champions. I said, Willie, do not go to any of these house parties. Stay close to your home, because of the fact that, scholarship athletes or scholarship recipients always find some way to not do well at those things. For me, I graduated on, I think, Tuesday. On Thursday, I was on a plane to college. I was taken out of town immediately so that I can start my journey. But it was just doing that. And so Willie went someplace that was supposed to be a safe zone.
Yes.
My family's house. Because everybody knew that family. Everybody was cool with that family, so it should not have happened, but it did happen, and we lost him. And so I tell my scholarship recipients, be at home with your parents. You know, you always have time to reconnect with other people, but we have to make sure that we keep you safe as you make your journey.
And people get jealous, and it's crazy because the person that shot the young man drove by because he wasn't invited in. He drove by and shot. He played football with him earlier in his life and didn't even know he was shooting. Just a random shooting. And it took one of the promising young people. He was going to Cornell University, Ivy League school.
And he was going to be a doctor.
He was going to be a doctor. He was a Lincoln wrestler, and he was a Lincoln football player. His dad graduated with my mom. And president.
Yeah.
His dad graduated with my mom.
Yeah.
At Lincoln.
Yeah. So the reason why we're going to sow all this into you is because you are one of our icons that will be going out, and we want to make sure that as we send you out, we're going to protect you. And then we got to have I know everybody's going to talk to you, but I'm going to have that conversation. Because I'm a girl dad, so I have to give you the thing about how to peep out the game. Because when you get on campus, the brother's gonna be trying to run game, and I'm gonna show you how to. I'm gonna show you how to get that East Coast game.
And it's gonna be smart ones, because Howard, you gotta be smart to go there.
Yeah.
Who was your father?
LaShawn Williams.
Not Sean Williams that grew up with me, with Dorothy and Gwen and all them.
My grandmother is Dorothy Williams.
Your auntie Gwen used to live upstairs from me as a child.
Really?
I grew up with your dad. Your dad, my sister just told me who he is. I got chill bumps. Your dad and I are like family. I've known him when he was born.
That's amazing.
Wait a minute, Dorothy Williams is your grandmother?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness.
I'm tripping because
it's a small world.
I've known their whole family before he was even born. I knew the older siblings.
Yeah. All you got to do is ask your grandmother about that. Back then, I was Mr. Thompson over at Knox.
Yes, she was always walking her father up the hill.
Yep, all you got to do is ask. We're going to get to some good gospel music. This is Independent Gospel Music Matters Friday, and this new artist that we've had on the show last week, Aaliyah Hall. Check her out.
Your Uncle Sean.
My dad, Sean.
Your dad is Sean.
My uncle is Ricky.
Yep.
Yes.
And Ricky has the twins with Kim.
Yes.
Yeah. Kim, all in with my kids.
Who used to have the ice cream truck?
My dad. That was my dad.
Tell him he calls me Earl. Earl Dean. We were all called. Everybody thought we were family because we were so close.
Your grandmother knows me really well.
Yes.
She used to spend tons of time with me up at Knox when I was had a program there for African American kids.
Yes.
Yeah. I lived with my grandma for a while. I went to Children of the Rainbow, so I was with her.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I know your grandmother very well. I know your Uncle Ricky well. I know your whole family.
It was the St. Stephen's, I think. Church. I think that's what Mr. was. Church. But he was in the Israelite with us, but it was St. Stephen's Church of Christ.
I know she got to be tickled pink. Your grandmother.
I didn't even tell her I was good. I gotta call her.
Yeah. I mean, but this is how well you're doing. Now, how are your cousins doing?
They're doing really good.
I haven't seen them. I used to do something at Lincoln, and I haven't seen them since Lincoln days.
Yeah, they're all in college, doing good. My other cousin, she's in the military.
Okay.
So yeah, we're all pretty spread out around. But they went to UC Davis, Little Ricky, and Shay.
Okay.
Yes, those are good schools.
Yeah.
You guys are from, I think your mom is from Blythe.
Yes. Well spread out.
Yes. It's starting to all come together.
It's funny. I retired from Unified School District after 39 years in education this August. But I was at Knox for 13 years before I went to central office, and so I used to be over all the ASBs and all the schools for about 7 years, and reestablishing board seats and everything like that. And I used to require. Before we used to have meetings at all the different schools, and I said, no, we're going to bring the meetings to the board. So we started having all the ASB presidents meetings in the board office, so that they got used to being around, and then the board members got used to dealing with it.
Did you start that?
Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah. Because before they used to kind of look over students, and my whole vibe was how we give students power. Now, who is over you guys now from the district?
Stacy?
Yeah.
Stacy's
Yeah.
grandmother was Linda?
Yes.
Linda graduated with me. I was Linda's senior class president.
Oh, yeah.
And Robbie Rouse's father,
That's my uncle.
you know Dee Dee, the auntie?
Yeah.
Dee Dee and I went to Stanley Kennedy together.
Look at it. It's such a sweet story. So
And,
both of my
and Dee
grandmothers.
Dee's brother went to Stanley with me. Kathy sending me all this stuff. You kind of family grandmother.
my uncle Robbie is her twin. Yeah.
Robbie was a great athlete, and he was gonna go to Lincoln if Lincoln had not closed down. That's where he was going.
When he went and set the tone at
He was going to Madison.
He did. He had to do
But he was
that.
gonna be a Hornet,
Yeah.
and the school closed down because it stayed closed longer because of Katrina. They were getting lumber from Louisiana to build Lincoln and put it back.
But you know, the Warhawks, you know how we do.
Here they go.
They'll never be a Lincoln though.
Hey, my whole energy is always realize there'll never be a San Diego high school because that's the oldest high school. Lincoln has always been iconic in our community.
But Madison has made a name for itself in recent years. It started with that class right there with football.
Yeah.
His class was the one that really started it.
Well, no, we had a lot of things that we were known for, but the reality is every school has a unique flavor. It's just really about us doing this. So, all right, everybody, that was Miss Aaliyah Hall.
Yes.
This next song is going to go out to my brother. This is one of his favorite songs. And I got a couple of songs on deck for him, but this is one of the songs that he said this blesses him every time. So we'll go all the way down south and go to Carolyn Traylor. You know what it is.
Oh, okay.
There is a story behind my praise.
I said, what brother? This is a gospel classic.
There's a story behind my
Do you have a favorite
praise.
gospel song?
That's why my hands I'll continue to raise.
So if people want to come on and watch, we're on GODRadio1.com on Facebook, and
Do you also record it?
it records on Facebook, so it stays up.
Okay.
And then if they want to go to our radio station, the app is GOD Radio 1.
There's a story
We're playing your song, Curlin. This is the
So
gospel
it'll be
classic.
that logo right there, GODRadio1.com, and they can listen there too.
my hands I'll continue.
Matter of fact, I'll send you the link for today's show.
Thank you.
I'm gonna praise him
Your grandmother sings, Dorothy.
for the
Yeah, really good.
I remember.
Yeah, she
Tisha was your cousin.
hasn't been out the house in a while. My grandma.
Right.
There's a story behind my praise. If you see me crying, oh, that is a story. How he's been God for me and all of his glory. If you see me shouting, oh, don't be.
Once you put your number in, and then you can text yourself.
I just realized where and when.
It's funny because she was involved in Lincoln like I was when I was in high school.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you see me run,
I was even on the committee that helped to get the school redone.
think it's strange.
Because from the old to the new school now. And what people don't know is that Lincoln is made from all the debris and stuff from the old school.
I was wondering what it looked like before.
There's pictures.
Is this picture?
Really? What was it? Was it like, because we have like
You gonna-
4 different quads.
If you go into the library and ask them to show you the older manuals, you can see the
Yes. But when they tore those two down, Mr. Bass, the principal, assured them that he wanted is what you built from all the old stuff. So a lot of the schools built from the old school. Yes, that school is legendary. They're still like top 10 for the most NFL players to come out of high school. But they were the only school that have.
So Blessyn, I'm gonna send you also the link where they can download the app, either Android or Apple for free. And so I just send that. Can I hold on to your number?
Yes, please.
So that's just so legendary. Well, Central High is the oldest. Second oldest in California schools. Lincoln branched out from there. So many kids left Central High.
Do you fill out everything?
After 13 of my family members died real close to one another.
There's a story. Yes, yes, yes.
There is a story behind
Got the text.
my praise. Oh God.
Yes, 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 yes. There's a story behind my praise. So many times we don't know what other people go through, but
Right.
they just praise God through it all, knowing that Jesus Christ is the way, He is the truth, and the life, and He will continue to bless you each and every day. We're so blessed today to have with us Blessyn Williams, and we're sitting up here, and we are just realizing that we're going full circle on a journey. I literally had her aunties, uncles, and father in my life since they've been little, and now they are grown and adults. Her grandmother, boy, Sister Williams, and we used to have a close relationship. She called Mr. Thompson. I need to talk to you. And I'm like sitting up there. So when you said who your family was, I said, no wonder you have all that anointing on you. So let's just talk about you. How did this energy, this vibe start with you being so involved with community and society?
Definitely. I believe it all just started with my family and my upbringing. I kind of lived in the community, so I always seen how it kind of operate. And then just going to Lincoln and kind of just seeing those stereotypes and hearing like how it's supposed to be and how it's not supposed to be just made me a little upset. And I got connected with Black Girls United. I'm the president now, and Young and Prosperous. And from there, it just kind of branched out.
So I have to ask this question because the one thing that I noticed is that you got style, finesse, and swag. Tell me, where did all this polishedness come from?
I believe I'm very well-rounded, well-diverse. I definitely grew up in Southeast San Diego, but then I did move to Rancho Bernardo. So I've just experienced all the different aspects of different perspectives and different people and different communities. So from that, I kind of learned how to work around the system and know how to play my role.
All right, she said know how to play the role. She said she know how to use the system for her
Dual
benefit.
consciousness.
Yes.
And me living in Bay Vista and getting up every morning going to Stanley Middle School or junior high then taught me the diversity that you have. Moving to where you moved to, it allows you to be able to connect and get along with anybody, and that's important in life.
Yeah, I used to have a concept back in the day because everybody had this negative connotation of pimp, and so I made pimp a acronym: positive, intelligent, multi-talented people using the system for their benefit.
Yes.
And it was really just to talk about we have to know how to navigate the systems that we are in. And one of the things that I love about you is not only are you well spoken, but you're learning how to navigate the different systems. And I don't even just see you as coming back to be a doctor, but I actually think you're going to be the president of the hospital and bring the type of health care that we need in our communities.
Yes.
Tell us, what is your number one objective as you move forward in your career and in your schooling and everything? What's your number one objective?
I believe it's just to continue to give back. I wouldn't be where I am nor be how I am without the ones that helped me, like Today or Younger Prospers or Aaron Price, different organizations that kind of helped me lead. I just believe I need to help give back and continue it because there is another blessing out there. She just might need a hand or might need the right steps to get there.
Now, I want to say because you're so polished and you so all of that in a bag of chips, as we'll say.
She's Miss America type. She has good answers to questions.
But you know what's so funny is as much as she is polished, I just want to ask the question because your family is as beautiful as they are. They always had good hands.
They'll fight.
and they would be able to defend themselves
yes,
if someone came at them a different way. Have you inherited those hands?
I've not gotten into a fight.
Okay.
Ever?
No.
Not even elementary school, nothing?
No, sir.
Yeah,
Well, bless the
but
Lord.
they did teach you that.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it in me.
Okay. Like I said, she saved but ain't soft now. Don't get it twisted now.
But her family is some of the sweetest people. I'm growing up with them. They were just so fun and just so loving. But they were very loyal. That's a very big trait that I would say about your family.
Definitely.
And they would come to rescue their friends and family.
Yeah, and I'm not going to talk too much about her family because those are the kind of things where we both would get emotional and start
I
crying.
got
about
emotional
stuff.
when she started talking about Lincoln because Lincoln was such a good school for me.
Yeah, and those are the kind of things that when we look back at our community and to see this generation coming up, and knowing that there is continued hope.
Yes.
One of the things that I shared with people about Lincoln High School when we were having all the different disgruntledness and things that were going on before you had got there, I explained to them very simply that there were a couple of things that we needed to establish with Lincoln. Number one is that we need to reestablish Lincoln school spirit.
Yes.
I said kids don't fight when they're totally engaged in their school and they have school pride. I said, so why don't y'all do something as simple as this? Take the alma mater of the school and make everybody in the school learn the alma
We
mater.
had to when I was there.
I said, but every year have a contest that they get to remix the song. And so whatever song wins by a student vote, then everybody at all the games, everything, they would sing the alma mater, the original, and then everybody would say remix, and then everybody would sing the new song. And every year you would have these different contests. So the kids that are there, that they might have threw some salsa in it. They might have did this and they might have did that. But we want the kids to really understand that this is your school and it's important that you have school pride in it. And I said, Lincoln used to be a majority white school when it was first established.
My mom went there.
Then it went to be a majority African American school. Now it's a majority Latino
Hispanic,
school. So we have to literally begin to say, how do we engage that whole entire population? And I said to them, very simple, y'all need to have a full-fledged program, both boys and girls, for soccer, baseball, and those programs will then fund the football program because you'll get your kickers, your speed demons, all of those other things from those programs. And now we're engaging the whole entire population. And then you guys got all these actors and singers and everything like that. And you have this phenomenal facility. And so I always tell people, Lincoln has the best of the best. It is up to the adults to allow the students to come together and say, this is what we need so that we can do that. And I'm even talking about even where the gang members are concerned, the people that are involved in other activities. They will protect their school once we get them engaged and involved.
Especially if they feel like it's part of them, it becomes second nature. Remember when I went there in '87 and I didn't want to go to Lincoln.
Yeah.
Because all my family went there and I had planned to go to Morris to run track, and then I wanted to go to Crawford because we had ROP and they had business. Lincoln had medical, and Morris had aerospace.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to both of those schools. I didn't want to go to Lincoln. I'm not going to Lincoln. And I went, and it was the greatest decision I ever made. So much love, so much support. It taught me about being black and proud. Because back then, all the teachers were from HBCUs.
Yeah.
So you got that vibe. We had the best marching band. We had the best jazz band. Everybody wanted to be us. We the one that had the pep squad. It was just a great environment. And you know you got a great school to where when you go to college, and you don't have enough money, and your principal is calling the school. Now you graduated. Your principal is calling Graham and saying, how can we keep Robert in school? He's one of our outstanding kids. What can I do? I'm his principal from high school, but I want to help him. Who gets that?
Yeah.
Nobody hardly does.
Yeah, and you know, and basically kids that are engaged in school get a lot more help, and that's the reason why I know that people want to help you because
Yeah.
they see you engaged.
Mm-hmm.
But more than anything else, I love the fact that you have become a beacon of light to let people know that we're just not a sports school, but we're an academically sound
you've always
school.
been.
And I'm gonna give you this because this is the last thing I said to him. I said, as much as we celebrate Lincoln for the sports,
Yes.
we also need to support them for the academic. And so I said, you got the Letterman jackets for the sports. You can get Letterman sweaters for the academic stars, so that the academic stars get to rock their sweaters, and
They
you
used
can't.
to have them
you
when I
know,
was there.
But I'm just gonna say, and then you give every aspect of the school an opportunity to floss
Yeah,
what they
exactly.
do well.
Right.
And I said, so a lot of times people think I can't get a Letterman jacket because I don't play sport.
But-
But you know, you can't get a Letterman sweater unless you're academically sound. And watch this. And if you got a jacket and a sweater, that means that you're on both sides of the thing. But it gives everybody an opportunity to feel value. That's even in the for your eclectic actors and painters and everything. We have to engage the students at a different level because in our community we like to be celebrated. And kids like to be acknowledged, and I think that's what I think that you're going to bring to and have brought to Lincoln is that you're letting kids be valued. So I want to pitch that to you. Tell me about that.
Just a little bit. I believe like when dealing with different students of different backgrounds and interests, like me for an example, I have all the different interests of athlete and academics. I think we have to do better in incorporating that and do better in encouraging. I do believe that Lincoln has amazing academics and amazing athletics, but I want to also showcase those students. Football can get showcased in games or basketball games or extra workshops or anything like that. Let's create something that these students who are artists could showcase all their artwork or videography or something like that. I think that we could do better in kind of showing that. And that's something I kind of push for.
Well, do you guys have Hornet Hustlers? That was a organization that they had years ago, even my mom's days. I was a part of that where you did the banners for all the sports, like the big banners.
Oh,
It was called Hornet Hustlers, and that was a real name for the after school group that did we did all of the banners for the ones they run through, the ones you hang up for any sport, anything. We had Hornet Hustlers. Do you guys have Junior Urban League? We had Junior Urban League when I was there, and we always had every major African American icon came to that school. Rosa Parks came to that school. Have you heard of Famous Amos cookies? Used to be in the little. They still sell them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he came to Lincoln when I was in high school. Famous Amos, the legendary cookie man.
So
All the people were coming there.
So one of the things about it is that Lincoln has always been an iconic place, and now I'm also challenging Lincoln alumni to come back and to be a part. You know, one of the things I did while I was there with Cal Soap is that we did a book on all the Lincoln alumni that were doing amazing things.
I have that
book. Yeah. And basically just to celebrate them, and I think that we have
Lawyers,
to continue.
doctors, we've had them all.
We have to continue just to do that and let people know the great history. And I tell people with all the schools in the city of San Diego, everybody has a great history. I think that many times people will single out schools because of the fact of fear factor. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you see something and you can't either control it or know how to deal with it, you will ostracize it instead of celebrate it and let it grow to what it needs to be. So I'm glad that we have you as a representative to say, look, you know, not only am I drop dead gorgeous, not only am I super duper smart, not only am I articulate and all of the good things, but more than anything else, I am a Lincoln Hornet and I'm moving forth representing our school, and not only my school, but my family and my community. So I'm proud of you, young lady.
It's interesting to me, about 5 or 6 years ago, they had like 10 plus kids that were able to go to a UC school from Lincoln, and the news never covered it. The district never covered it. What you have to realize as a leader, the district is not going to cover those things for you. You have to make your own narrative. You have to have people you can call voice and viewpoint, who's the voice of our community, and have them come out and follow you around or follow some students around, just to give people a different perspective of Lincoln, because they're not going to do it. And it's been like that for years. Because let the truth be told, they would rather have that property because it's worth something sitting by the corner off a freeway. But we have to stand together, and alumni do want to be involved, but you've had leaders in recent years who don't include the alumni. When I was there, Gil Bird from the Chargers would come, him and his wife would come 2 days a week to just be in the office for kids who wanted to have somebody to talk to.
Yeah. And so with that being said, we're going to go back to some great gospel music. I know some people say, ooh, y'all hitting the subject today. But we want people to know us that Lincoln is alive and well.
Oh,
and this student right here, 4.3 grade point average, getting ready to go to Howard University. Howard, we're going to let you know now, we need a full scholarship. We need preferred housing. We need a book scholarship. And everybody out there that's giving out scholarships, blessing, 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 blessing. Keep her on their heart.
That's right. Now, how did y'all get a principal that only wanted to be a principal for a certain class?
Yeah,
That's never
I
happened in
think it's
history.
vital.
But your other principal didn't want to do nothing but like 2 grades, and they brought another one in too.
Yeah.
That should have been allowed to happen. Ever.
Or we have our main principal, Ms. Brown. She covers 9th grade.
One didn't want to.
Yeah.
That should have never been able to happen.
She does
So
that.
we're not going to talk about that offline. We'll talk about that offline.
So what do you have to do today? You said you were going to.
When I leave here, I go to work. I work at grandma, and then they have a game, and so I'm kind of strict. So I do the game tonight.
I'm supposed to revisit.
This used to be the quad at Lincoln.
Yep. And that's the library door that's open. That's the library door that's open.
Because Lincoln was on 2 levels now. It used to just be one. Well, no, it had 2
Yeah,
levels.
2 levels. They had upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah. And so,
They had a bomb shelter there at the bottom, and
Yeah.
school and all that stuff.
That was weird. That does not look like one.
Yeah, that's
yeah. And then,
Trees. We have palm trees.
beautiful.
yeah. Let me see if I can find some more stuff.
Even as old as it was, it had.
Yeah. This was in class of 1955 to 1959. Yeah, this is where all the kids would hang out for lunch and everything.
That was the stuff, singing groups and stuff. You guys have a gospel choir?
We don't.
Lincoln was known. They were like the first time we had a gospel choir.
Yeah, it's been rough, but hopefully we don't have a It's funny when you talk about marching band. I think we have like 5 people on it. We don't really do
We
that.
had
But I hear stories about it. My mom would always tell me.
the marching band was cool. I haven't. They would go to parade because Martin Luther King parade started by Knox,
Right.
Logan, by Bay Vista. That's where it started. Downtown. But it started in our neighborhood. We had Texas Southern marching band would come.
Oh, I just visited them.
Just in most of the ACCs are in
Yeah,
what area?
I visited Texas Southern, Park Atlanta, Spelman, Morehouse, Howard,
They're in the black area.
Prairie View. Yeah, I visited them. Went up to a lot of them.
Do you guys still do the Black College Tour? They used to do it every year.
I do go to college for the younger prospects.
But Lincoln used to have tours that would go every year. Take multiple kids all across the country to black colleges. So you got people in the office that don't have the history and legacy of Lincoln. Lincoln was known for a lot of major stuff.
And there used to be a street that used to go right in front of Lincoln. They had to close it down.
Which one, Franklin? Which one?
Because remember they used to have a street that you could drive in front of Lincoln?
Oh, yeah.
So this used to be the front office.
That's the front office. Yep. You walk in and to your right, your principal's office will be to the left, and the main office. That's where the flag pole used to be.
I gotta look at some old yearbooks.
So many great memories.
That's crazy.
Vanessa Williams came there. You know, the actress who was Miss America at one point. She came to Lincoln.
Really?
So like anybody came to town, that's the first school they would stop off if they were African American. Jesse Jackson came there. MC Hammer.
I always say it's a mini HBCU.
That's what it was. We all refer to it.
Yeah, it used to
So
be.
this is the annual back in that time.
See if they have like some of the 80s, the 90s.
You know what? I think my grandma might have favorite.
I think your daddy went to Lincoln.
Yeah.
But the rest of them went to UC. If I remember correctly, I think some of them from your family went to University City. Because that bus was
It
right
might
there.
have been my aunties.
Yeah, because that bus is right there, and there'd be a group of them.
Yeah.
They tried to make me go there. Because if we went to Stanley, they would come over and they would make you fill out
Yeah.
the school. And I was like, I'm not going there. But you need to fill it out. I was like, but I'm not going there.
Yeah.
So they wanted me to run track groups, and they would spot out
Oh, try to.
us that they wanted
Yeah,
to go.
yeah, yeah.
So Robin said we need to reestablish those things at Lincoln. No gospel choir, no marching band. That's ridiculous. Help with the choir. She said, I'll help with the choir. We just need a musician. I used to live.
Her father used to work as a custodian.
Yeah.
Robin, they need leaders who will embrace the culture and legacy of Lincoln. They got strangers coming in that have no clue of what Lincoln was.
Well, that's the thing. And for those of us that understand the community and have given them, like I've given you a platform of how to get everybody. I even told the district, look, send me there for 2 years, and I'll do it for free to reestablish them. But they didn't. You know, the district feels like they know everything, and so I just have to let them go back.
They don't support Lincoln. They don't.
Yeah, because Lincoln is an easy fix.
Right.
Lincoln's so easy, and I tell people, and the reason why I say it's an easy fix because it's a community,
It's a community school.
and all they got to do is understand this is that, like I tell people don't even realize that Sindel Mob was green, right? They weren't green just because they picked green. They were green because they were in Lincoln Park, and they
chose that color
and they
because
chose
the
that
school
color
was green and
because the
white.
school was green and white. And so, if you want to look stronger and bigger, you pick the color that the high school is wearing,
Of course.
so that everybody look like they're a part of you.
Yep.
So it's an easy fix. It's like at Knox, we had, when I was there for 13 years, we actually had a Saturday school program with full-on credentialed teachers. I would take 300 kids at a time on field trips with 10 chaperones, and they thought we were a private school because they said, we ain't never seen so much well-mannered kids. I'm like, oh, this is Knox. You know, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. My boys all learned how to tie ties. My girls, well, we would win every festival of everything because they couldn't handle us because we understood how to work with our community, and we just do it the same way we do church. You know what I'm saying? And so I have the exact same number that I had back then, my cell number. I kept it because I promised the kids I would never get rid of that number so if they ever needed me. So I'm actually working with a kid right now who's in her 40s and have kids. I'm working with her because she kept the number. And her mama called me, remember the Lala and the Ikas? Well, your Ika needs you right now.
Ways to find Sunday school literature.
That
and
school
clergy
used to be a
supplies.
community-based school where
How
you
about
had
faith-based
preachers that
greeting
would come
cards
up
and
there.
gift ideas?
And they
A lot
still
of
have
them.
it,
Yeah.
but it's
But they're
just
not
not.
as welcome, and I know because I'm alumni. I'm not gonna fake the funk. They're not welcome, and they don't feel welcome. We feel like outsiders. That's why we don't give. You got multiple people that are multi-millionaires that would give, but it's always so much red tape to be a part of a school that meant so much to them. Because I talked to them. Yeah, you have the Booster Club now. We don't even have an alumni association, and we don't have a Hall of Fame like San Diego High has, Hoover has, Oklahoma. Lincoln has so much history. Let me tell you, when they did a big exhibit at Hall of Champions of nothing but Lincoln sports, the history of from back in the day.
For
I
more
was there.
information, call
Mr. Bass made a pact when Lincoln got
619-337-7713
rebuilt. We want them to bring
or visit the website at
thing there. Lincoln
cchristbooks.com.
got the principal
May
from
God
Long
bless your
Beach.
day.
They found all them artifacts, trophies.
The San Diego Voice and
stacked
Viewpoint
under
newspaper
the
is San
bleachers in
Diego's
that
oldest
stadium.
and largest African American publication. We bring you news for and about our community.
A
Your
lot of
stories
stuff is
matter to
damaged.
us. Thank you for allowing
And I
us
was
to
just
serve
an
you for
exhibit
nearly
was
6
unbelievable
decades.
to see the
Your support
60s
enables
and the
us to
sports
continue
stuff.
to forge
It
ahead,
was
informing you
amazing.
with news tailored to your
That
needs.
principal,
In
all he
addition
talked
to
about was
subscribing to our
Columbus,
weekly
Polly, Big
publication,
Snoop Dogg.
consider using Voice and
All he talked
Viewpoint to
about.
promote your
So why
business
you got
and
our suit
events.
talking about you?
Call us at 619-266-2233 or send an email to ads@sdvoice.info. For details on how to get started, if you have advertising needs, contact us. Our prices are both fair and reasonable. Follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Voice and Viewpoint or visit our website at www.sdvoice.info. Remember, a people without a voice cannot be heard.
Radio advertisements are an effective way to get information out, to start a conversation and create an inquiry. From news alerts and updates information, or change citizen services you offer. At godradio1.com, we've created advertisement packages that are cost-effective and designed to include social media campaigns, radio ads, or e-blasts, whether it's a public service announcement, product or clothing line, business, upcoming event, church services, or ministry opportunity, as well as a service you offer, or more. Let us help you to get the word out about it and start the conversation. godradio1.com also has corporate packages available. For information,
check this
call
out.
858-251-6111, extension 505, or visit our website at godradio1.com.
1955. Wow.
This reports on another series. Let me see. Opening the doors of high school students in 1950, Lincoln High School originally served as a prominently white neighborhood. Built shortly in World War II, the original campus had a basement that served as a fallout shelter.
What I just said, I said we're in a shelter at the bottom. I told you.
At the center of the civil rights movement, Lincoln High School was a student populated that was 80% African American by 1969.
That's the year I was born.
See this? This is Lincoln.
That's down there by the back where
Yeah.
the gym is.
Yep.
You know where the old gym is? That's right by that's the old that's
Yeah.
going into the old gym. It's still up.
See?
Lincoln is 69 years old. Next year they gotta do something. So I'm about to talk to alumni. They gotta do a big celebration, 70 years. Because y'all principals probably ain't gonna know. So I'm gonna talk to somebody.
So they love to highlight this person.
This whole family went there. That's the new school.
So yeah. There's a lot of archive pictures that you can, but you can just go to look at the old annuals.
We'll do that. I have a meeting in there today.
Where'd you see the marching bands and stuff that they had? And the dancers and flag carriers. It was amazing. Even when I was there. We had a young man that went to UCSD. He discovered a new DNA.
You know why they don't want Lincoln to succeed is because from Lincoln you can see all the way to the bay. So the developers want that
They
property.
want it bad. Because before they rebuilt that school, they were trying to move Lincoln to Gompers campus of his father. They were like, just move to Gompers campus. He said, no, this is Lincoln. This is where she stays.
Yeah.
They want that property, but you're coming off the freeway, and it's worth billions.
Yeah, we got it. It doesn't matter really. We got all this stuff back.
So he'll be 70 years old next year.
I'll be gone.
I know, but you
I'll
come
be
back
back.
with grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be back on
Because I actually wanted to bring one of my big festivals to the stadium and everything like that. They only want to talk. All the other schools want to talk, but you know they're afraid. They're afraid.
But they show rent them out to people to do music for everything under the sun. That school's one of the most, Center High is number one, I think, but they're one of the most used facilities.
Yeah, we're getting our stadium redone. So we don't even have it. Now my graduation won't even be there.
Really, where's it gonna be?
I haven't even found out yet. Our principal's like kind of do it and then they'll let us know.
It's probably gonna be community concourse, and district's probably gonna put that community concourse. That's what ours was. But they're
Yeah,
redoing the track field now.
But one year they used Petco Park for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's what
But that was the COVID year.
Yeah, that was.
All the graduations from the district there.
I wanted to graduate that.
Well, the good thing is they're finally getting the track and football field redone. There's been so many lumps and holes.
They need it redone.
Took them forever to do that.
It's gonna look so different.
Yeah.
Well, all they do is fix the track.
Well,
They
but
said
you,
they're changing the stadium too. Like the whole stadium is gonna be like green or something.
They might paint it, but I thought,
you know, the route that they should go, you have that big open field. They should just bring in bleachers on each side of the field and put you guys in the middle. You got that big wide field.
you can make it like a horseshoe.
Yeah.
And forget that open space with plants and stuff. You can make the whole thing.
Here we go. Yes. Linda Pringle. Call him. Yes. Is that Keith Pringle's big sister or little
She's
sister?
younger, yeah.
Yeah, Keith Pringle's little sister, Linda Pringle right here. Y'all, we're just having a good time talking to one of our community icons. Young leaders. We love young leaders and we love to see them do well. And one of the things about our community, Robert Earl Dean, you know, you and I grew up in our community and we received a tremendous amount of love.
Oh my God.
You know, it is something that I remember graduating and the brothers in my neighborhood said to me, they pulled me to the side, and you know, one didn't have very much money, but he gave me a $5 bill, and he said, "Dude, do it for us." And that to this day, that just sends chills up my spine. That people looked out for my family while I was gone and I was away at school. But one of the things about it, they always wanted to hear the stories when I got back and I came home to visit. So we have to begin to continue to sow into our young people as they go off and build their careers and their future. And just encourage them. We need you back here in San Diego. I know that you're going to go to D.C. and you're going to see all them beautiful chocolate people. And what I want you to do, no matter who him is or what you do, everything, tell him I got to come back and do some time here in my home city before I go off to do other things. So we're going to hold you accountable to come back home. Don't you get to D.C. and be like, "Woo, this D.C., this little chocolate city," and she going to come back and say, "Did y'all know about go-go?" We were like, "Girl, that's old," but you know, she's like, "Ooh, I got the go-go with me."
But I think that snow will deter her back home.
Yeah.
I think so too.
It's you just get ready, girl. Your clothes that you think is for the weather is not. So start getting clothes
Get my
that
coats,
they use.
Yeah, get all your coats should be bought back. Do
Yes.
not buy your coats
No,
out here.
girl.
Because see, I did that mistake, and I bought my heavy winter coat.
What he thought was heavy.
And what'd you say?
What you thought was heavy.
No, I'm telling you, in California, it was a
Right, but there-
heavy coat. And I went to Chicago, and my coat was like a windbreaker.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't
They
even
have
break the wind.
blizzards in DC.
Yeah.
Like blizzards.
But the one thing about it is because of your style, you're going to enjoy it because you get the layer. You know what I'm saying? And you literally, in back east, they have like 4 sets of clothing or 4 sets of
season
wardrobe
changes.
because of their season change. And it's going to be so much rich information
Ooh,
that you're
history,
going to
that's
get.
cool.
But I always say that you get that information and you can go anywhere in the country once you have that information and you can make a difference. And so I want to encourage you because the bottom line is I am because of my community. I am because of my church community, my community I grew up in, and I am because of my family. My family was always there for me. I remember sitting down, and this is a strategy. It's right now. It is scholarship season. You need to go get that book, go online, and every scholarship out there that says for Black kids or for
Yes.
African American girls,
Yeah.
for people that apply for them all. You just sit down and you design a generic statement. And you basically, the generic statement where you can change it for each one, right? And you have a family affair. Tell your family, can you cook? Okay. Tell your family, look, we're going to have a scholarship application dinner. And y'all all come over. I'm going to cook. And we're going to get every scholarship that I qualify
Yes.
for. And then collectively, we're going to fill them all out.
Yeah.
You know, you got one, you got one, you got one. Well, collectively fill it all out. We're going to send it off. Now, I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you this, because I was blessed to have a mother and a sister and a family that was like, we got you, bruh, and everything like that. And the overflow, I had a full academic scholarship to the University of California, Berkeley, that paid for everything. But I was able to get all this extra scholarship money because there are so many scholarships that are out there that never get applied
And
to.
they send it back and said nobody
And so
applied for
it just keep on rolling over and rolling over. So all you gotta do is apply.
Right.
And you'll be like, like I said, you get $1,000 scholarship. That's still $25,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that I always say that bothered me was at Madison High School, because I was the first of all these things, they just literally just had to figure out some way that they could stop this brother. So although I qualified for every major academic and leadership scholarship, I was the number one on the list. Because I got a full scholarship to Berkeley, they gave it to the number 2 person. I said, that's not fair. But
They
you know
would've did
what?
that at Lincoln in my days.
But you know what? I said, that's okay because God still got me,
Right.
and I still got my overflow. So I want to encourage you that, you're going to see people that might be a little jealous of you, that might feel like you're getting a little extra
So
attention.
what? You
But
weren't.
what much is given to, much is required, and the work that you have put in to date, you know what I'm saying, says that we have to get behind you. Now, she's the senior class president. She's doing all this stuff. She's playing 3 sports, and at the same time, she is now the board representative on the school board. That means she got to sit in some of them boring meetings for hours and everything else like that.
For the unified school district?
Yeah, and watch this. And now they're talking about paying the kids to be on the board. Where they should have been giving the kids stipends a long time ago. Well, I'm just saying.
It's San Diego Unified.
So I'm just saying to everybody, we're going to get behind this young lady. Her name is Blessyn Williams. I'm saying it right? Blessyn?
Blessyn Lavender Williams. I
Okay.
have both of those.
Oh, she wants Blessyn Lavender Williams.
And I'm Robert Red. I got a color too.
Wait a minute. Robert Lavender, because it soothes. It creates an atmosphere of calm.
It did, and it's a fragrance. It's a
Yeah.
color.
All of it.
Yes.
Yes.
She look like her daddy.
Don't say
The nose, the eyes. Yes,
Oh
I'm looking
my-
at
yeah,
you.
that's a-
You look just like him. I'm being
Yeah,
honest.
that's
It's-
my
I'm looking and listening, but I'm seeing your father. 'Cause he always laughed and smiled. He's a very bubbly guy.
Well, you guys, we've been talking in this and really enjoying ourselves with this beautiful young lady. Y'all tap in if you have more questions, if you want to be a blessing to her. Let us know. Anything that you send to GOD Radio 1 on today to our Cash App, GODRadio1.com. We are GOD Radio, the number 1. We will make sure it gets to her. Blessing, you have a Cash App?
I do.
What's your Cash App?
It is. Let me check right now.
Okay, you have to have it right on point.
I know.
No, go ahead and do it. But when they say, what's your Cash App? My Cash App
It's
is.
Blessyn 018.
Okay, you got to spell it out for people.
BLE
Hold on, let me put it in the feed. Let me see. B
LESSYN
YN
018.
018. Okay, we're gonna hit is her Cash App. Okay, so y'all, if y'all want to be a blessing to Blessyn, go ahead and send it to her now, and she gonna hit us back. I want to see who's gonna be the first one that's gonna be a blessing to Blessyn on this morning. And I just want to let you all know that we won't quit until we see God do all the things for our community and our young people. Y'all
Yes.
have a blessed Friday. Robert
And
Earl?
you guys, please put pressure on the San Diego Unified School District to do better by Lincoln, and put pressure on Lincoln's administration. If we come together, and I'm gonna be honest, as alumni, I have not, because I've gotten tired and mad. But now that I'm not coaching, I can be more of a representative and volunteer for Lincoln. I'm gonna do better, but we all need to put pressure on people, because those are in office. Let's hold them accountable.
Amen. With that being said, we won't quit.
Son of Blessing,
Yeah. My
B-L-E-S-S-Y.
mom's gonna join. So probably.
So it's B-L-E-S-S-Y when you get on it, right?
Yes. Like, I gotta get all the photos of all of us.
I beat everybody in the first.
Huh?
The first.
Who's the first?
Let me see. No, you're not the first.
The second.
Yeah.
Who's the first?
Robin.
Michelle Thompson.
Oh, that's
His
our
wife.
program director.
Right.
And who's second?
You're second.
And who's third?
You're third.
Okay.
Thank
Then I'm competitive.
you.
Well, our program director hit you first.
Yeah.
All right, we got 1, 2, and 3. Evangel, Robert Earl, and Dr. T. We all hit our Cash App. Who gonna join us?
I'm so excited for you. But I get mad because I don't like getting the administration. So it makes me back off.
I don't get mad. I just I educate you to how to navigate.
Right, he does. My test is a little different because I went there and I know what it was. So, and people have tried, and sometimes it's blockage, but you have to keep pressing. Yeah, because I'm having a meeting with all the Lincoln pastors and stuff. I'll come this one time, but I'll have more time to do stuff. At some point, I'm actually getting all the pastors that came out of school.
You know what I would love to do as past president and the ministry? I would love to host like a Lincoln throwback parade. Like, when we have everyone come back, pastors, men, everyone back, and host a big parade on the floor. Like, just Lincoln parade. No special names, just our parade.
I'll have to do it. Because I'm still involved with a lot of the love. We have a lot of great pastors that come out and do Pastor Cooper will be a good resource because he used to do a heritage parade. Heritage parade that was pretty popular one time. So he knows all of that. Because Lincoln's homecoming parade used to be around the school and they were huge. They went to Mason College and did it. They were huge. We were doing big parades.
We gotta do it for it. That'd be good. To bring everybody back together.
First, many doctors and like he even had Professor Wilson, James Wilson, came out of there. All the Wilsons came out of there. He was a top lawyer and martial arts professor. I mean, so many people came out of there. It's amazing. When I was the track coach, we had a young lady, an African girl. She went to UCSD and she went to state and cross country. When I know.
Did anybody else hit you up on the Cash App?
Yes. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Metro Carlos?
Nitra.
Nisha.
And then Robin Logan.
All right. All right, y'all. That's family, y'all. I like
Nisha
that.
Carroll went to Kennedy Elementary with me.
Yeah, no, I was gonna run track, but it overlaps. It's in the cross season, so I couldn't do both.
Well, all right, y'all. Y'all have a very blessed weekend. God said the same. We will see you back here, right here on GLD Radio 1.
.com. We've had some good girls track team back in the day.
Jesus.
Really good.
Well, Miss Blessyn, I hope that little cat